You got the little voices in your head and you know what they're saying. They're saying it's okay, you've done enough. Take a little rest, that's fine, you can take the day off. You don't need to go hard, that's what those little voices are saying. But you've got another voice in your head that's asking you a question. It's asking you, what could you be? What could you be? What could you be? If you worked as hard as you could, what could you be if you opposed real discipline in your life? What could you be? I said you crank up the volume on that voice, crank up the volume on that question. Max it out. So easy to put things off. So easy to say you can do it tomorrow. Well, I want you to reprogram your brain and tell yourself that tomorrow is not a viable option. Tomorrow doesn't work, you do it today. You get it done today. That's what you do. Too tired, too hungry, too sore, too hot, too cold, to whatever, stop rationalizing, stop making excuses, stop telling yourself little water-bound assessments of where you're really at. Tell yourself the truth. Are you making yourself better? Are you making yourself worse? Are you moving forward or moving back? Are you making progress or are you stagnating? Make the decision, yes or no. Are you going to work out today, yes or no? Are you going to win, yes or no? Don't allow for any gray area in there. Get rid of the debate and you know the right decision to make, so go and make it. Hard work works. You know what's great about our culture, y'all? The world's lazy. It's a good thing for you and me. Everybody will talk about it. Everybody will post about it, but nobody wants to roll up their sleeves and just go get it. And so what that means for me, I don't have to be the most qualified. I don't have to be the most talented. All I got to begin to do is to apply myself, and by default I'm going to separate myself from the crowd. If you set out and you say you're going to do something, do yourself a favor and don't lie to yourself. Because that is the worst thing that an individual can ever do. You think you lying to your peers, you think you lie to your teacher, you think you lying to your coach. At the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, you lying to you, because that's your life. You make your bed, you gotta lay it. You aren't getting it any closer to your 5-year plan or your 3-year plan or your 7-year plan or any plan that you've got, unless you get up and start getting after it. This is kind of hard to understand, but sometimes you can try so hard at something, sometimes you can be so prepared and still fail, and when every time you fail it's painful and causes sadness. And especially, as I saw last night, it causes disappointment. I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but about what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up. You never give up. You pick yourself up, you brush yourself off, you push forward, you move on. Everybody here, everyone that's watching, I won't be stopped. I can't be stopped. You're either committed or you aren't. You're either willing to do everything it takes, whatever that might be, or you aren't. You either are willing to go through hell and high water and fire and fucking brimstone to get to your goals, or you aren't. And that's why you'll never be what you wanna be. That's why you'll never have what you want to have. That's why you will never accomplish it. Well, you are all over the place. Success, guys, is a very, very lonely road, man. Along that road, you're not going to see too many friends. you're going to see your shadow most often. You gotta trust in the heart of hearts. Decide what you're doing, what you believe in, is it a worthy cause? And win every fight. I wish I could tell you you're tired, go take a break. I wish I could tell you you're tired. Rest for a year. I wish I could tell you that it's going to get easier. I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier. I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going and it's going to get lighter, but the weight is gonna get lighter. I wish I could tell you, you get to the point where enough is enough, when you get to the point where it hurts real bad, when you get to the point when it's over, when they're tired, when they're frustrated, when they're ready to give up, when they spent their last dime, that's when they get started. But what you cannot do is you cannot quit doing the process. You cannot give up because it ain't what you see. You cannot give up. Work on yourself, work on your focus, you cannot stop, you gotta work. The problem with you is you see difficult as something negative. I want you to see difficult differently. Are you hearing me? I need you to push through that stuff. Push through it. You can get through it. The more you go through, the more difficult it is, the more challenging it is. Listen to me, the harder it is. Are you hearing me? The more challenging it is, all you doing, baby, is building muscles. In life you're either going to a store, in a store, or you coming out. It's a part of life, there's no way around it, so just be careful not to allow the trials and the tribulations to consume you. I don't care if you a billionaire, I don't care if you a CEO of one of the most important companies. I don't care if you an entertainer, like I don't care who you are. You will go to the moon. We all have problems. What I'm trying to tell you is this though. Problems are a part of life, but guess what? They're not like it's not going to be easy. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. The rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, you've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. I've noticed something. Deep down inside of us there lies a bright light, a light that feels so dim when we're surrounded by darkness, when all we feel is hopelessness and shame and stress, and this darkness seems to overpower any light that may be there, and it feels like there is no hope, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Feels like our lives are just over. It's through. But that's not true, because deep down inside there is a beautiful light. There is a beautiful light that will liberate your mind, that will liberate your free soul, that will take you to a new level in life. But by that light, surrounded by that light, is the darkness of your past, the shame, the regret, the guilt, the worry. Deep down inside, you have to dig deep down inside of yourself, and you're going to have to look that darkness in its eyes, and not look away from the darkness, but rather look straight in the eyes and say, I no longer need you, I am no longer that darkness. And so that darkness will not thrive, it will not survive, that darkness will die. That darkness will go away, not because you forced it out, but because you no longer fear the darkness. You let go, you let go of the darkness. Free up space for the light, and when the light gains power, when the light regains its power, it will overpower any darkness that may try to seep and seek into your mind and body and life. It will stride far greater than any darkness has. But you must free yourself from the dark by going deep into the depths of it and understanding it. by not running your entire life from it but instead right now, today, tomorrow, soon, look it in the eyes. And say, I no longer fear you, I have a light to live. Nothing is hopeless, nothing is worthless, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am amazing, and it's time for me to start believing it. No longer do I want to stay in the same routine, stay in the same mindset, the same condition, mind. I want to release the power of my mind. I want to dive deep into the depths of the light, into the depths of inner peace, into the depths of joy and happiness and the state of being, not into the depths of worry and stress and depression and anxiety and shame and guilt, but stay away, not because I'm scared of it, but because I'm free from it, because I no longer need it, because I have one life and I'm going to live it to my fullest ability. I just knew in my heart to just go all into this endeavor, and so I went. No questions asked, and it wasn't a picnic. The rise up is tough, but it's who you become in the process when you're chasing this unknown, when you eliminate fears. And so my offering is to really analyze what you love to do and to go chase it, because making money should not be your focus. To do something that you don't really love to make money. What is that? That's all that is a transference of stress you are taking on. Stress at this job that you don't like. This is stressful for you so that you have less stress when it comes to finances. So is that eliminating the stress? No. You're transferring it from finances to eat at a little better place, to live in a little better apartment, to then develop more stress while you're at work. Does that make sense? The money will come when you're really good at something, I can guarantee it. When you really have an effect, because that will create a polarizing reaction in people, that they will be drawn to you, and you cannot be really good at something if you don't love what you're doing. That's the bottom line. Chase this uncertainty where your heart is telling you to go, because it knows that it will discover itself if you choose to go down this ambiguity, if you choose to go unfold this mystery, because you will discover what you're really made of if you choose to go down this abyss. People have this reoccurring nightmare that there's something, some force that's got a hold of them, and it's holding them down, and they can't break free. No matter what they do, they can't breathe free from that force. Well, I'm here to tell you that that thing in your nightmare, that thing that's holding you back, that thing that's dragging you down, that thing is you. There are two fundamental attitudes toward life and its sorrows. Those with the first attitude, blaming the world. Those with the second, as what they could do differently. It's much easier and much more gratifying to your basest desires to blame someone else for your misery. You know what's so funny? We want people to make guarantees to us, but we're not willing to make guarantees to ourselves. That's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put your stuff on. Funny, you need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts. You know we work it out now. You need to tell you that you owe you something. Every day I demand more for myself than anybody else could humanly expect. I'm not competing with somebody else. One computer, one capable of my number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You've got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you. I value myself enough to give 120% or don't do it. There is no excuse but not living up to your full potential. Norsk, you walk out of this room all yourself. I didn't get here making excuses but change. I changed and I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've gotta wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm gonna cry. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press forward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day to become a victor, not a victim. What about what you? Myself. Okay, nobody stop with me. What is the common denominator of failure? Why are you failing? You never say. Because of me. Oh, it's the competition, it's the economy. It's the president, it's Congress. If you wake up tomorrow morning and blame your failure on someone or something else, you have no reason to change, do you? But if you woke up in the morning and looked in the mirror and said, I am failing because of me, the decisions that I make, the energy I put in, I am not passing the blame. If you look in the mirror tomorrow and say that, you will change. Because nobody likes thinking of themselves as a failure. Winners win and losers lose. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's gonna become a culture. Take ownership. Take ownership of everything in your world. The good and the bad. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership of your shortfalls. Take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved. Take ownership of your job, of your team, of your future, and take ownership of your life. The people in life that win play offense, not defense. Stop backing into everything. Stand up. Bow your back a little bit. Start to walk a little different. Start to be that best version of you. You can do it in your quiet way. You can do it the way you do it, but somehow they gotta look at you and go, okay, I won't monkey with that one. You push back, you get obsessed, you gotta get relentless, you gotta be a road dog. You gotta get intense, you gotta have a permeating attitude that you're gonna win. You have a positive outlook, you gotta be optimistic, you gotta know you're gonna win. You gotta, right now you gotta say, I am gonna win. I am gonna win, my life is gonna win. There's gonna be a victorious life here. Because listen to me, the price you pay for losing here is too extreme. You have to carry the burden of failure the rest of your life. As we begin to elevate ourselves and not to follow the crowd, activating the thinker in us and disciplining and putting on hold the emotional part of ourselves. It's not easy, but through practice and practice makes improvement. You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. You never hit a state of perfection. You're always bigger than what you do. And so are you looking for new breakthroughs through practice and practice. And practice, you'll get better and better. Something you should affirm to yourself every day. Repeat this, please. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I am going to make it. The people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's hard, no easy, it's not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is that it's worth it. Takes guts, you got to dig down deep to cut it out. Keep on going again and again and again until you make it happen, because you know that it's possible and you are the determining factor. We have control of our minute, our hour, our day, our week, our month, and our year. Stop running around being on the receiving end of whatever people want to dump on you. You showed up, you accepted that invite, you invited these people to your house you're in a relationship with, that man you're in a relationship with, that woman. That's you. So how do you feel at the end of your night? How easy and how convenient is it for us to blame everything and everybody for the things that we have going on in our lives? There is a such thing as you being a positive and a great person with the best of intentions towards everybody, and shit is rough and you just can't get a break. But most of you are waking up every day looking for pain, dysfunction, drama, unemployment, being broke, struggling, dropping every excuse in the book about your childhood and the problems and dysfunction that you grew up in that's stopping you from becoming successful. You don't like your friends. So why are you still with them? You don't trust your managers, agents, and lawyers, so why are they still there? Do you really expect your life and career to be any different from messing with the same things, people, and situations? That's all I'm saying. Are the things that you're doing, the people that you're hanging out with, and the places and the circles that you're traveling in, does that reflect a person that actually loves themselves? If you love yourself, why would you fuck with those type of people? You know what they're saying about you behind your back. You know they're jealous and envious of who you are and the things that you got going on in your life, in your career. You know that they don't like you, and they've made it clear. They've sent you every sign imaginable that they could possibly send you, and because you're so desperate to have people around you and in your life, you continue to go back, you continue to show up to everything they invite you to, knowing what they're saying about you. I'm not preaching separatism. I don't want a bunch of people to just be alone at home, doing nothing, with no friends, no family, and nothing to do. I'm saying that at this point you are old enough and mature enough to understand the difference in good people and bad people, and when you're hanging out with negative, dark, and dysfunctional people, you cannot expect yourself to go to sleep at night and rest. You cannot expect yourself to feel good about your day when you're including negative and dysfunctional people in your day. Stop being a lazy bum ass person that's full of excuses, sitting around on the pity party, coming up with every excuse in the world as to why you ain't winning. You are the reason you're not winning. You keep messing with negative, evil, and dysfunctional people and expecting positive results. It's time you get off the pity party. Stop complaining about being out of shape when you never go to the gym. Stop looking at your stomach when you get out of the shower and your body, and complaining about the way you look when you're eating everything in sight and never going to the gym. You are the reason you look the way you look. You're the reason you're unemployed. You're the reason why your surroundings are so dysfunctional and negative. You can still be in the hood, broke and fucked up, and living a peaceful life. It's a choice. We are being raised in a generation of people that come up with every excuse in the book as to why they are not winning. You have every excuse in the reason the book why you're not spending time with your kids. Fathers, I'm talking to you. Because you're able to create a child doesn't mean that you're a father. It doesn't mean that you understand the concept of fatherhood. It's time to stop coming up with excuses why 5, 6, 7 months and even years have went by without you seeing your child. It's wrong. And it's only the kids that are suffering in the end. I got drama, I got issues, my shit is public knowledge. I'm doing any means necessary to spend time with my little girl. Period. Say whatever you want to say whatever you want to say, and you can read whatever you want to read. I am fully committed to spending time with my little one. Period. Excuses sound best to the people that's making them up. You got every excuse in the world, that's why your shit ain't moving. That's why nothing changed, and nothing will change, because you have convinced yourself that everything is wrong, everything is negative, and nothing will change. And guess what? It won't change. Change your mind and it will change your life. Change if nothing around you changes. Change the things that are around you. I'm tired of it. I'm frustrated with the amount of people that are not successful because they have thought their way into a depression. You have thought your way into negativity and misery. You have thought your way into holding on to a dude or a girl that you broke up with a year or two ago, and you're still sad and miserable, and they've moved on with their life. It's all in the mind. Change your mind, and it will change your life. You just have to wake up. You just have to break that negative spirit. You have to break through all of that shit that you're in care of. I don't want to. I don't feel sorry for you. You feel sorry for yourself. That's the problem. Even when positive people are trying to give you all this good energy, you have tricked your mind to turn every positive thing that they say into something negative. Every time they say anything to try and motivate you and inspire you, you turn every negative thought, and you turn every positive thought, every positive intention, everything that they trying to boost your spirits up. You flip it, shake it, manipulate it, and if you are so determined to be negative and miserable, it's unbelievable. So what? You grew up with them. So what? Their childhood friends. So what? Their family. We have a responsibility to walk in the direction of peace. I want to laugh. I want to smile. I want to enjoy myself. I actually want to feel good about the people that are around me. Because you're inviting me doesn't mean I want to show up. Because you're calling me doesn't mean I'm going to call you back. Because you want me to be there doesn't mean that I want to be there. Because we're family, because we're friends, because we grew up together doesn't mean that I want to be a part of any and everything that you want me to be a part of. Why? Because my experience with you hasn't necessarily made me feel good about my life or my experience at the end of every night. Because you go to sleep at night doesn't mean you're resting. Because you close your eyes at night and you are asleep physically doesn't mean that you're actually resting. And the reason that you don't rest is because while you're awake, everything and everybody that's in and around your life is so full of issues, problems, insecurities, dysfunction, negativity. Your mind is, and your spirit is in turmoil. Issues, problems, arguments, yelling, screams, dysfunction. I want you to stop playing the victim. You are not the victim. You decided that those are your friends. You decided that those are the people that you want to spend time with. You decided this is what you wanted to do with your day. When you get invited to places, doesn't mean you have to show up. No one wants to be alone, but why spend the rest of your life being miserable, frustrated, and insecure, not really feeling as good as you have a responsibility to feel? Feeling good isn't just an opportunity. Feeling good is a responsibility that we all have for ourselves. And guess what? I actually don't care what you say about me. I don't remember the last time I lost sleep over a hater and the things that People are running around saying blogs, websites, conversations, tweets, and I don't lose sleep over haters. Why? Because I know exactly how I feel about me, and even if something appears to be very different than what it really is, I don't even mind that you're talking shit about the things that you're assuming that's really going on. The question is, are you just going to look at this video and decide, wow, that was some powerful shit, and do the same thing? But it's a new day, it's a new day. Thanks for watching our videos.